The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Come on, set. Mark the flag. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
A first carry now for Thompson. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
9 yards to go.
On the ready. 45 to Mike. Go. 45 to Mike. Set. Go. Turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Our time. It's our time.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man, and he's going to be hemmed in. Brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you. Follow. Check 25.
Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of it. No room to find to get upfield.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Ready? Blue Ice. I got it. Double time. 3 down. Hey, check.
A first down throw for Winston. And he's going to go down. They They sack him back at the 42. Montez Sweat, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Green, triple C. Green, triple C. Watch twins. Watch twins. Trump.
Now Winston. He hits his target, left side, Watson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Winston now. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback when he delivers the ball.
And this one is right down the middle. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumped.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he's got this down to the 35. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On first down, it's Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
It sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On the ground with a tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Cameron Brate taking it in. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Haskins not the most mobile of quarterbacks, but delivering there on the scramble to pick up the first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Cut.
2nd and 10 now. Haskins. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Shaquille Barrett able to drop him for a loss of a couple. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. On 2nd down, Winston again. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on the line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 45-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. The give is to Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the run. Flip it. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Chance.
From the gun, Winston. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that.
And he loses the football a second time.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. Let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. JPP cruising in for the sack that time.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the play fake, Winston. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Check 24, check 24.
On second down, it's Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. From the red zone now, Winston. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans in the final seconds of the first half. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the curl, watch the curl.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5 up to the 25-yard line. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
Second and 5 at the 25-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Get him!
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS.
Check 26, check.
They'll go again to Jones. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Back at the 22-yard line.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that will be incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
The Redskins on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8.
Watch the boot. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Now Haskins to throw it. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come on.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking, must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Being chased out left. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give them 32 on the play.
Ready. Blue ready. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Hey, 5 on the 50.
Give to Jones. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Bang, bang.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Check 13.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner, but after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's
8 ounce.
that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Wait. Haywood.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So first and second down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Jameis to throw it. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Montez Sweat picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Geis. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. He's going to let this one go deep, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Going up top. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Well, this one winding toward a conclusion, and how would you assess how the secondary is played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid. Still pitching a shutout. Now a pass hauled in downfield. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll put us within 3 scores as it becomes now a 23-point game. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Winston. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
50 seconds to Mike. Come on, D.
Green, triple T.
Mike, 50.
To throw, Winston. Buying time to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away. And now it's 3rd. The Bucs on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing, Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, 51 yards. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
On 2nd and 7, Winston. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Winston. And that's complete. It's Watson. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Hey, did you have one of those backyards that you had one of those, like, mats or pits like you have for high jumpers, and you know you had your friend throw the ball and try to make the spectacular catches?
I didn't need a mat.
you just did it with the ground?
Absolutely.
That explains your toughness. That explains your toughness right there, because I think that guy was raised just like you. What a catch.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Winston here to throw. The left side completion to Jones. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Winston. Eluding the pressure right. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Ready, blue ready, green triple team, green triple team.
57 to Mike, 57 to Mike. Zoom. 57 to Mike, 57 to Mike. Hey, I'm coming after you,
57, Mike, 57. Green triple team.
Championships, baby. Off. 57's Mike. Bring it.
On 1st and 10, Winston. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They come out here in the eye. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They hand off to their big tight end. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
Ready, blue ready.
Check 56. Bring it. Kill.
Let's go.
Andre Ellington, his first carry. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Redskins take over first and 10.
Ready.
Their own 22-yard
Check
line.
my 45. And watch the leg.
One final shot for Haskins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know, heck, they knew. But this is a tough place to play. Overcame that.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you want to give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconception.